Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to talk about how to use a different masking technique in this landscape painting of the lighthouse. I will publish 3 new learning videos every week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And on Sunday, the reference image for the video that most viewed and commented, I will upload it on YouTube for my subscribers to download. How to subscribe? Click the subscribe button below this video. I will give you 5 seconds before we start the painting. I use exclusively the brushes from enjoyingart. Order yours today at enjoyingart.com brushes. The first masking technique that we're going to use is for the stars in the sky. And what is the most effective way to do that? I decided to use the masking fluid. That's good enough. A lot of it already. So, next I'm going to use the toothbrush. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to dip the toothbrush in here. If you want, you can test it on a piece of paper. And I'm going to take a look. And put your head down so you can see how much dots already, how much masking fluid already on the paper. I'm going to decide to give it a few more. That's good. Pretty good. And I'm going to let it dry before we come back to paint the blue sky. First, get the brush, clean up. The masking already dried. I'm going to start painting into the sky. The sky is pretty dark, so I need to use lots of blue color. So take a look. I'm going to take this Prussian blue. And maybe the Prussian blue is just not enough. I need to use the red color to mix into it. Okay, this is good. I'm going to get the red color just for the top over there. A lot of red with a lot of blue color. Okay, a little bit more. Here we go. Now I'm going to take a little bit more blue color. Here we go. Mix into it. This is pretty good. It's very dark. Now I'm going to start painting from the top. Here you go. Right here. Okay. Apply a little bit more. Keep coming down. And also add a little bit more color to the top. Okay. Get a little bit more blue. Here you go. This is good. Now coming down gradually. And watch out. When you get a little bit closer to the house, we're going to start painting around, using paint around to lift the white. Okay, I'm gonna coming back to the top over there. I'm gonna add more blue color. Here you go. Okay, that's good. Coming all the way down over here. This is good. Now just get a little bit more blue. And now over here, get a little bit more blue and get also a little bit French ultramarine, the red shade blue color. A little bit more. Now, coming over here, now the blue get a little bit brighter. So that's good. I'm going to paint around over here. And coming back, coming down, keep going. And now I'm going to take up the more red shade blue color. Here you go. Now keep coming down. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, that's good. Keep coming down over here. Okay, now painting around the shape of the lighthouse. That's good. Okay, that's good. Painting around. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, now I have to put the color back in here. Okay, like that. And the top over there, coming around over here. This is good. Coming around over here, take a look at it. That's good. And make sure you have the color more consistent from the left to the right. Okay, that's good. Coming down over here and continue. Take a look at the shape. Okay, the top of the roof, the brown color actually a little bit darker. So I'm gonna go through this without actually leave this. So we're gonna using lifting off for the chimney. Okay, here we go. A little bit more on the top over here, and this is okay. And all the way from here to the other side, and coming down over here. So, and the house over here is okay. It can be darker, right? So this is good. Coming down over here, and then I'm going to use just a little bit water to take a little bit the French outer marine. Okay, now coming down over here, a little bit more of the lighter blue color, like this. Pretty good. And like that, a little bit lighter. That's good. Now I'm gonna come in a little bit more. So also a little bit water coming down over here. Now coming in here. Here we go. Coming in a little bit more. And brush over from the left to the right to the left. Okay, I'm gonna keep going down. Take a look at the angle. This is correct. And coming in tiny a little bit more. Okay, so if you're a little bit afraid of this brush, don't be. It's very friendly. And here you go. I'm gonna cross over here. That's just good. And I'm gonna come back over here, make sure you make it a little bit more consistent. So I have the color and left and the right. A little bit more consistent like that. Now I'm gonna have a little bit more red shade blue color. A little bit more over here and coming a little bit more just from the edge over here. Tap the color in. Okay, like that. That's good. And coming a little bit more. That's good, like that. So both sides is pretty consistent. And over here, I'm gonna add a little bit tiny more of this, and I can actually lift up a little color. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just come here, just clean the brush. Now have a little bit lifting over here like that, a little bit lighter. And actually, I'm going to use the side of this brush, lift up a little bit cloud like that. This is pretty good. And take a look on this side, the bottom over here. I also am going to make a little bit more. Okay, a little bit more lighter like that. This is good. Lift up a little bit tiny. And a little bit more over here. That's good. That's good. And maybe a little bit light shape over here, like that, a little cloud coming in. That's just nice. Okay, now I'm going to let it dry. It's already dried, but I decided to do one more round with more French outer marine, which is the red shade of blue color. I'm going to take this color right from here. Okay, I'm going to put that over here, dilute it, make it a little bit more consistent. So this is the second round. I'm going to make this even a little bit deeper and brighter. Now I'm going to start from the right from the top. There's the second round. Okay, here we go. It's going to make the color look much richer. Okay, here we go. Like that. Pretty nice. I'm going to keep going with this color. Okay, that's good. Make it consistent. Like that. Nice. And keep going down. This color make it a lot richer. Okay, good. A little bit more straight. Over here. That's good. Okay, keep going. Okay, keep going, add a little bit more color. Come over here. Okay, like that. Okay, that's good. It's a lot more consistent now. Okay, now this is good. Coming over here. Okay, now I'm gonna have a little bit water. Just make this a little bit lighter. Right here, like that from here. This is good. Lift up a little bit, lift that a little bit light. That's fine. Like that. And then come here. Okay, that's good. Like that. Very nice. And now it's a lot richer and more consistent in the color. While we are waiting, I'm also going to use the brush, the calligraphy brush. I'm going to softening a little bit over here to create a little glowing effect. Okay, so I'm going to have this, just lift up a little color around it. Okay, that's good. A little bit soft color. Lift a little color around the outside. Now the papers are already completely dry, and making sure your fingers is also dry. Okay, don't use any wet when you do this. We're gonna lift up the maskings. Okay, just use the finger. Make sure you lift all the masking dots. You see that how beautiful it is. Take your time. Make sure you lift up all of them. This step is very important. We just have a very good foundations, Now we're gonna go into the next step. What we're gonna do, like some of the shading over here, a little bit more blue color over here, a little bit blue color over there, and this is not exactly all white. The lightest color actually in the light here, right? In the window over here. So we're gonna start glaze a little bit light blue color. What blue color would be? I decided to use the French ultramarine, a little bit warm color right here. I'm gonna put that right in here. And let's see, you may not really see that clearly. So I'm gonna put that right here like that. Can you see it? Okay, that's good. Like that, coming up over here. And have a little bit water, make it a little bit softer, coming down like that. That's just pretty good. And keep a little bit simple, a little bit suggested. That's just good. And I'm gonna take a look at this. Keep a little bit light, like a little bit dab on it. Look at it, okay? So don't just rush into it. So make it unique. Make everything you put on has some meaning, okay? And I'm gonna have this that shade a little bit on the little shadow side of this little bit coming down like that. Keep this side a little bit light. That's just fine. Just little water, tap on it. That's just good. Okay. All right. I'm gonna keep going. And on this side of the wall, this wall on this house also a little bit blue, but also have a little bit red on the window area. So we're gonna keep that. Okay, let's see. And is that right? Is the right shape? Okay, about that. I'm gonna get out a little bit. So there's a little bit suggestions. This is good right there. Okay, this is good. Okay. Keep that. That's just good. Now, I'm going to quickly go into the other side. So I'm going to think about the roof. I'm going to do that very, very soon. Now, I'm going to have a little orange color down over here. I'm going to start add some orange color. Since we already have the dark blue color in the sky, and I can see the overall value of what should be look like. So I'm going to have a little bit orange color underneath over here. Okay, here you go. A little bit more coming in here. Like that all the way through this side. Okay, this is good. Like that. Good. Okay, that's set up the window light. Okay, what I'm gonna do right now is this is wet. The edge over here, I just painted on it, and I'm gonna paint the more important, bigger shape first. So, but we need to wait. The timing is very important, right? So right now I can start paint a little bit roof, but before I paint the roof, I think there's something over here we need to take care of. That is using lifting as a way of light up the area. Okay, I'm gonna put that thing about this is the rooftop over here, right? That's already there. So I'm gonna soften that just a little bit. As we don't have to soften that, it's just a little bit preparing your mind. So it should be coming down this way. All right. So right here, like that. That the rooftop right here. And because actually the thing that we try to prepare is the chimney. Okay, the chimney needs to be a little bit lighter. So what I'm gonna do, just light up very, very bit. Because see that the blue color in there. Let me zoom in a little bit to the house. Continue looking at where is the shape for the chimney, right in here. You don't have to make it that light, okay? Just a little bit, so it will see that getting a little light from this guide, okay? Just a little bit. So this is another way of return the paper or keep the paper lighter. That would be lifting. And this is a small space, so using this calligraphy brush is already good enough. Okay, this is good. And I'm gonna prepare a little bit over here, another chimney right here. Okay, this is good. Right over here, look at it first. Okay, right here, not much, and not really very light, just a little bit tiny lighter. That is good enough. Right, this is good. Okay, now we're gonna come back to do that in a bit. Okay, this is good. Now let's draw a little bit where the windows are going to be. So first I'm going to use just orange color. Okay, the yellow and a little tiny red. That's it. Get a little bit more yellow. Okay, this is good. Now I'm going to take a look over here. Also the light over here also have a little bit orange on the edge. So I'm going to use this color. Just do a little bit drawing further from here. Here you go, like that, going over. That's good. The top over here, and see the bottom over here have some light and have a little glowing effect. Here you go. I'm going to keep the bottom over there a little bit lighter. That's just good. And the rooftop over here, and I'm going to be star over here going down a little bit, but it's going to be brown, a little bit brown. I'm going to get a little bit more red over here to have that down over here. Also have a little bit red on this side. So I'm going to do the red overlay a little bit later. Okay, but this is going to be the rooftop coming over here. And that's going to be the rooftop. It's still a little bit wet. We're going to come back. We already kind of have the line over here already. Just seeing that the angle of the rooftop. So I'm gonna also put a little bit tiny more red, okay, but not really dark. Okay, just a little bit tiny red for the window here. Okay, here we go, like that. Down over here, that's good. Okay. Now take a look at this. This will be the window. Above the window, this is the top. That's the shape over here. Okay, that also keep the little edge over here a little bit lighter. Okay, keep that little light, and this is good. We're gonna make this even darker. So coming in here, and take a look. And I'm gonna use a little bit tiny little bit blue color to do a little bit drawing. So this is more like a French ultramarine, the red shade blue color. I'm gonna paint it on, squint your eye, and the whole side over here actually a little bit darker. Okay, here we go. Now I'm gonna have this coming down. Let's get the whole side over here. Look at the whole side of the shadow coming down all the way to the bottom over here, like that. And there's gonna be, that's another shape. That's just the little bit darker concrete, and it's gonna be a little bit more red to it. But right now, just putting that little bit shadow side for their cylindrical shape. Okay, just make a little bit softer right here. That should be good enough right here. Okay, like that. Right on this side, a little bit softer. Okay, this is good. Let's take a look at that. This is the whole shape over here. I'm gonna make that a little bit darker. Just a little bit darker in front of this. Here you go. Okay, coming down over here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's just good for now. Yeah, you can change the shape if you want to. Okay, that's just doesn't have to be exactly look like the reference. Okay, now after we play this, and everything else is already dry. Now is the good time that I come back to draw the shape again. Now I'm gonna coming over here, take a look at, And let's do that one round, looking at all the angle, the shape. For the perspective, I already done the study, and I have a short video about analyzing the whole perspective, so members can see that from the perspective library in the learning center. Okay, look at it. Okay, here we go. And coming down, if you have any questions for new members, please ask me. Just send me a message. I will get back to you, answer all your questions. Okay, here we go. That's good. And all those parallel lines, they're joining together in one vanishing point on the outside over here. Okay, let's keep going to get reconfirm the order shape. Now over here, coming up over here, this is going to the left vanishing point. So this is good. Coming down over here, and measurement is very basic and important. So don't try to shy away from that. And it's very important part of the skill that we need to learn. Okay, it's not hard. It's you focus on it using the right way to think. It's just a matter of a week, a month maximum. You can understand and master it. Okay, this is good. Like that. Right now, it's just to redraw the shape over here. Okay, spend a little time, and this is going to be a little bit more blue color. Okay, here we go. Now, since we have that, and we have the angle coming this way, and then another angle over here, and that's the angle. This is also another parallel line going all the way, going to this side. Okay, I'm going to have that even a little bit clear. Okay, going down that way. So here you go. Those are all part of their parallel system. Okay, like that, going out over here. Okay, this is good. Now, since we have this, we can define the windows. Is much easier. So on the side over here, this is another parallel line, a part of the system. Like that, going toward. If you need to draw out all the line that going into this vanishing point. Okay, so making sure the perspective is correct before you doing all this. So this is another shape right over here, and going to with that vanishing point. This is good. This window is a little dim, but this window is light. So I'm going to just make a little bit softer. That is the shape of this window. This is good. Like that. That's good. So this window is there. Yes, good. And this is dimmer. Okay. This is good. Coming in a little bit. That's all right. And the chimney over there, I will fill in the color. Make it a little bit softer over here. So you have the color coming in. Okay. So make the color more consistent over there. So this is good. I have that in, and the window, and the side over here. That's wall. Okay, right here, coming down over here. This is good. Looking at that, this is pretty good. Now we're gonna lay the shape directly. So first, before I do that, I'm gonna have a little bit yellow color and orange color. And the side over here, see that this a little bit orange. Okay, here we go. The side over here, try to create the feeling of the luminum grow. Okay, the bottom over here, have that a little bit more, and growing a little bit more, and have a little bit more yellow, and here you go, a little bit more red. Okay, a little bit more orange at the bottom here. Okay, test it. Okay, that's good, like that. And maybe too much red, just remove a little bit and give a little bit more yellow. Okay, here we go. That's good. There's one window, very important. Okay, and then take a look at another window over here. We can paint these two windows together before we separate them. Okay, here we go. That's one big shape like that. Okay, that's good. And here you go. Let's separate these two. We can keep put a little brown color. It will see much more clear. And that's it. I decided we're gonna let go that red window. It just keep these two. This is good enough. Unless it is very important, significant. For this purpose of the painting, this is okay. So that's good. A little bit rounded. Like that. I'm gonna have a little bit red on the outside and growing into the red orange color. Okay, this is good. Okay, like that. And also in the middle over here. And that's very nice. Already prepared the glowing effect. Now we're gonna come back to that a little bit. And now we're gonna just use that's a little orange color. And just take a little bit yellow with the red. Have a little bit orange, especially for this window or this wall. I'm gonna coming down over here. Okay, also have a little light coming out. Okay, this is good. I'm gonna have a little bit softer from that inside over here. So this is very important to seeing the edges and just coming out a little bit softer like that. Now I'm gonna have a little bit brownish color, so to get the yellow and the red, and don't forget get a little bit blue, and that will be a little bit brown. Right? So how much brown? I get a little bit more red and a little bit yellow. So this is good. This is the brown color we need. Good enough. Okay. Now coming over here, take a look. This will be the wall coming down. Here you go, like this. Okay, pretty good. That's good. Now I'm gonna have a little water to extend this color wall over here and take a look at this window right in here. Okay, take your time and have fun. Okay, here we go. That's another window. This another side, and look at the top over here. This angle coming down a little bit, so all part of the perspective. Okay, that's here we go. This is good. And this whole side, and this is good. And this may be a little bit too brighter or too warm, but it's fine. I'm gonna keep it like that. And coming onto this side, and when I have a little bit more red over here, I know you maybe lose the patience already. Okay, and can you be simpler? Okay, we try to make it simpler and try to make it expressive, but this is not about that yet. We're gonna build up the enough so that it keep the connections. With the realistic fact, and then we can express from there. That's the step. Okay, here we go. That's just good. Coming down over here, maybe a little bit tiny more blue. I'm gonna put a little bit blue, just tap on it. That's good. It's got a little bit cooler, right? That's good, like that. Okay, I'm gonna continue going to the other side, and over here, just have a little bit more like a blue color on this side and this wall. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's good. And the side over here coming here, and on the other another two windows, and keep going. And now they're also using this light brown color. Okay, here you go, like that, and that's the edge over here, right, should be right in here, coming down. Okay, this is good. And the bottom, right over here, this is good. And now see the window, separate it. Okay, this is good. On this side, it's getting there. This side have a lot more blue. Just take a little bit blue color and coming back over here. Okay, here you go, like that. That's the window right over there. This is good. So far, that's getting the foundation. The foundation color, that's already there. That I'm gonna make that a little bit darker over here. Okay, a little bit more brown, got a little bit red and blue, and in here. Here you go. Add a little bit brown color. Is seeing that this is good, and this is the corner right in here, coming over. That's good. And this is also another line, forming a line all the way toward the same vanishing point. Okay, like that. Okay, here we go. This is pretty good. And I'm going to just use a little bit tiny lighter. Just add a little bit tiny water. That will be on the light side. Okay, I'm going to coming from here. Here we go. That's the light side on here. That's another angle. I know. And get used to measuring the angle. You see how much it tilted. Okay, get used to notice that. It's not just avoid it. You can't avoid it because we are painting representational. It's not just abstract, right? We have abstract elements into our painting, but it's not that much abstract. Let's say that. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to already have a little bit more red color in here. Now I'm going to put that in here. This is good. And a little bit corner, a little bit higher, a little bit like that. This is pretty good. Now I'm going to have a little bit tiny more blue and enforce this shape. Okay, enforce this shape right from here. That's good. I'm going to have this down. Okay, let's take a look. It can be a little bit narrower. Okay, here we go, coming down. And all the way down is good. All the way down over here. Okay, we're going to come to detail a little bit later for the cylindrical side of the lighthouse. Now this is good. Now we're going to go into add the consistent brown color. Get the red, the yellow. Okay, and then we already have the edge have some blue color. So I'm going to just get a little blue. And then you can see that there's not enough red. So take a little bit tiny more red. So this maybe a little bit more blue. We want to color a little bit darker. So get a little bit more red. Just be patient. Trust that this three color can mix any color you need. Okay. Just do some practice if you are about the calculations of that. You can figure it out. Okay. Follow the three primary to see how we can mix all the color. It's a thinking way of thinking that you can get it. Okay, it's become natural. Yeah, coming over here. Okay, this is pretty good, and this is actually darker than the sky, the blue color. Okay, here you go. I'm gonna coming from here, draw a line. Okay, from here all the way. Okay, here we go. Like that. It's pretty good. Now, I'm going to put the rooftop shape over here. It'll be very consistent. The same color. And coming from here down. Here we go. All the way down. Okay, look at it. and the angle coming down more like this. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit quicker, and then we're gonna paint the same surface, the same angle surface. I'm gonna put it like that. Okay, that's good. All right, I'm gonna have this coming over. That's good. And then we'll keep going. That's coming onto this side, coming in a little bit. Look at that. That actually can be darker. This line on the top. Good. And now I'm going to gradually creating the gradation. And coming over here, this a little bit more blue. So I'm going to keep that a little bit cooler color. That's just good. Yeah, that's good. Coming down over here. It's okay. You can do it. Okay, at the end, it's going to be all worth the effort. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to coming over here. Now take a look at this angle. This angle need to come up a little bit in order to create this angle like that. This is good. And coming down here, could be on this side a little bit darker. So a little bit more blue, put it onto. But that will be a little bit later. Okay, this is good. Come all the way from this, come out a little bit. And since we're going to get rid of that red window, we're going to just have this all the way coming down. All the way coming down here. This is good. Very nice. Very nice. Come out a little bit tiny. Coming out over here. This is good. Like that. Here we go. And a little bit later. Here we go. Like that. And the bottom over here. Have this line. And this is good. We're going to gradually create that the glowing look. I'm going to have the middle over here too. Come a little line down over here. And that's good. Alright. Now here we go. I'm going to fill in this. Getting there. Okay, that's good. Okay. Very good. Now have a little line here. Also go into the same vanishing point. Okay, here we go. And the bottom over here have a little big line shadow. Okay, here we go. That's good. And I have a little big line for the top of the window. Okay, now I'm gonna have this a little bit blue, a little bit cooler. Okay, getting there. And I'm going to come back to the top over here. Now start at a little bit red. So clean the brush. Okay, if the brush is still a little bit too much blue, you need to clean the brush, making sure that a little bit more clean, a little bit more clear. And that's got a little bit yellow color. Here you go. Start from a little yellow over here. And put a little bit soft. And then get a little bit more red. A little bit tiny. And here we go. The top over here, a little bit red. Here we go. The top over here, the edge a little bit red. That's good. Okay, start looking softer. Coming over here, and the inside over here also a little bit softer too. Is that it's not really that clear, but coming down over here, gradually you can move the color, make it even softer. Okay, here we go. A little bit softer the color. And this is what the light affecting to the whole roof in the surrounding. So get a little bit more yellow. Like this is good. And coming here. That's good. Like that. That is good. Now I'm gonna make this a little bit lighter right on this piece of roof over here. Get the light from that window. Now I'm gonna have just a little bit yellow, a little bit more yellow. The yellow right here. Oh, this is good. Now I'm gonna softening a little bit more from the inside. Okay. Now lift this up, give a little bit more feeling. Very, very soft aluminum. This is good. Here we go. Lift up the color. That's good. Lift up the color a little bit more from the inside the window. This is good. Now let's see. I'm gonna have this a little bit softer, glowing outward, like that, and pretty good. Okay, that's good. We're gonna come back to give it a little bit more tiny suggestions if you want to. Okay, I'm gonna have this. That's good. Coming closer to the color. That's good. Like that. I'm gonna have this cut in a little bit tiny more. Okay, this is good. Now I can have a little bit tiny blue color. You can see something a little bit cooler, so must have a little bit blue color in it. So that's simple. Get a little bit brown mixed with the blue, and you can see that this would be that a little cool color over there. I can just keep it like that. That will be fine. Okay, let's take a look at on the other window over here. So now I'm gonna wash this, expand that out a little bit. Okay, that's good. And I'm going to have a little bit orange color. Get a little bit yellow first, and here you go, like that. And here you go. And get a little bit more red. And the light is a warm light. Okay, here you go. That's pretty good. Now let's see the feeling of the very soft glowing. Okay, see through the color. It's very simple and easy. Okay, like that. You can light up a little bit more. Be patient. Okay, this is good. Now I'm gonna have a little bit more blue, red shade blue color, and even have a little bit purpleness. Let's get the red with the red shade blue color. Okay, like that. A little bit tiny more. I can put it right here. You see that? That's a little bit beautiful purplish color. Yeah, like that. And coming down over here a little bit more. That color coming down right here. That's good. And then on the other side, just get the blue color. Can you see it? There's a lot more blue on this side. Okay, right here. Coming down. And here we go. Now I'm gonna have a little bit more right here, a little bit darker around this window, like that. Okay, that's good. Okay, now I'm going to give a little bit blue color, a little bit tiny blue color. Can be a little bit more green, but just a little bit light blue color on here for the door frame, like that. This is good. Now after we put a little bit darker color in, it will be very easy. So now I'm gonna, from here, I'm gonna have a little bit close up to get the things tied in. Okay, this is a little bit good. And coming down over here, I have a little bit coming down, I have a little bit gap. And here you go. It looks like this a little bit narrow, but it will be okay. Now coming over here, a little bit more blue. Over here, we're gonna glaze a little bit more red from the light, but a little bit later, right? I mean, this is good. And the bottom over here, a lot darker. I'm gonna get that. And this dark color is a little bit cooler, a little bit green shade blue color coming down over here. That's good. Like that. That's good. Okay. Pretty good. Now over there I have some even darker color right in here. So getting there. Okay, right here. Have a little bit darker. This line also going to that vanishing point. Okay, here we go. That's good. And That's just pretty good. Now I'm gonna have this also a little bit darker coming down, and this a little bit softer. That's even better. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. Coming up over here, I'm gonna have a little bit line wrapping around. There's a little bit curve. Here you go, like that, coming over and coming over. That's good. Add a little dark color. Also keep a little bit feeling of the glowing, so you can keep a little color over there. That's just good. All right, I'm gonna have a little bit tiny more blue color, so gonna gradually coming in closer and closer, get all the realistic part, and then we can come out to looking at the whole painting. Okay, look at over here, and this line is curved. Look at it again, like that. That's beautiful, right? That's good, convincing. Now I'm going to get a little bit window. I'm gonna do this one first, and look at that before you paint. Okay, here we go, like that. Get one, and there's another one right here coming down. Okay, there's one more on the top over here. That's good enough. Very nice. And over here, even darker. That's just pretty good. Over here, a little bit darker, like that. A little bit darker. And here we go. Okay, a few lines. Okay, that's good. The bottom over here, also a little bit darker shadow. Okay, that's good. Over there, I'm gonna lift up a little bit tiny more, and just use the water to make it a little bit softer. And I'm gonna prepare for that. Have a little bit warm color over here too. Okay, here we go. Okay, and over here, I'm gonna prepare a little bit softer. That's just the light coming out from the window. Now I'm gonna just take a little red color. Okay, a little bit tiny red, and put it right there. You see that, how easy. Also a little bit red right there. That giving you the feeling of, oh, the light coming out from the window. Okay, that's good. And down over here, it can be just a little bit lighter. Just lift it up, give a little bit soft glowing. That's good. And this is good. So this is very good. Now I'm gonna come in to get a little bit blue, have a little bit detail, a little line over here. That's just the door. We already have that, and here you go. There's another line going to the other side. Okay, here you go, like that. That's good. That's the shape of the door, and there's the line coming up, and here you go. That's the shape. Right on the top over here. That's good. And a little bit line onto this side, like that. Here we go. That's good. And this is already good. And as it come down a little bit over here, and I can also have a little bit tiny red in here. Okay, that's good, like that. And here we go. So if any line, we can add it to here. Now we see that on the door over here, I have a little line coming down, but it softly disappear. And I have another line coming at this angle, and on the other side, this wall. Okay, here you go. A little line coming down. This is good. Okay, take a look at this. The door frame is a little bit darker on the side over here. This is pretty good. I'm going to draw a little line, also go into the same vanishing point on the other side. I know perspective kind of annoying, but measurement we have to learn. And that's good. A little line, little frame. Here you go. That's already good. And take a look. There's a little line suggesting the shape of that wall coming down. And now you see that this is all coming up, coming together. This is good. This can be even a little bit darker. So get a little bit more brown. Wash it over there again. That's just better. Now we're gonna be careful. Just get a little bit orange color. So okay, just a little bit tiny yellow orange color, or they say red orange color because it's more red than yellow. Now what we're gonna do is just gonna put it on top of the blue over here, and just think about the blue mixed with the yellow and red. That become the light brown color. Here you go, like that, right here. And we're gonna have that over here, and we're gonna paint the shadow side in a moment after it dries a little bit more. Now it's good time. I'm gonna come into get the red and a little bit blue color. Now I'm gonna actually draw this line coming down a little bit darker. Okay, like that, a little bit darker. And this, here you go, like that. That's good. And a little bit darker. Give a little suggestions. That's good. A little bit darker on this side, all the way cross over, like that. And that's good. On this can be a little bit darker on this side, a little bit farther. That's good. And has catch the shadow onto this window, which is dormer. Yeah, here we go. Have a little triangle like that, and also have a little bit darker shape over here too. And here you go, a little bit darker on this side. And now I'm gonna coming over here a little bit, the angle, like that. Gonna confirm a little bit more. That's good. And after doing all this, and the top already dry as well. Okay, make that a little bit darker coming down. And see, patient is very important. And the process of analyzing is also important. Give you what you need and can get the result. Okay, the little bit shadow, and the bottom over here have a little bit light, and you can get a little bit shorter. Then have to make it that the same. Okay, coming down over here, and this side, little bit shadow. Okay, here we go, little bit shadow, like that. And here you go, like this. Pretty good. Pretty good. Now coming on to the background. This is good. Now I'm going to draw a little bit line on the top over here. It's a little bit railing. Okay, like this. And that's good. Okay, look at that angle again. And from here going up over here. And a couple line. That's good. A little vertical line like that. That's good enough. Okay, coming down over here like that. Very give it a little bit details. This is good. On the other side, okay, I'm gonna paint this side and the other side. Now let's finish the top over here. So I'm first gonna get a little bit orange color, and it's almost there. Okay, here we go. A little bit more orange color, and the top over here has a little orange and going over. That's good. And see in the color look glowing already just because of the color effect, the gradient. And I'm gonna come back to put that after, let that dry a little bit, and I'm gonna take a look. In some area can be a little bit tiny more darker, so get the red and the blue color. That's a mix the darkest color. This is Prussian blue, or you can say Winsor blue, green shade, and that will be very similar. Okay, here you go. That's a little bit darker, like that, and there's a little bit darker color right here, and here you go, like that, a little line. Now come to the top over here, wrap around. Okay, that's good. wrap around over here. Here you go. Wrap around. That's good. Now it's good enough. I'm gonna wrap around over here at the top. Okay. You don't have to make it very clear. Just a little big shape over there. Coming down and seeing a little big tip over here at the center. That's good enough. And in the window over here, you also make it tiny, a little bit darker in the center. Okay, like that. That's good. Wrap around the outside. This is good. A little bit darker at the bottom over here. Have a little big tiny shape over there. And here you go. Like that. This is good. Now is the good time to coming into the shadow side of the chimney. Okay, here we go. Make this side a little bit darker. Straight down. That's good. It's already good. And over here. Straight down. Like that. Wonderful. And also have catch the shadow on this side. Like that. That's just good. You get the feeling. That's the chimney. And I'm gonna have that little bit tiny line for the window over there. So, but before I do that, I'm also gonna have that coming in a little bit, shrink the side of the window a little bit more. That's good. Now I'm going to just put a couple line, but this is more like an orange colors because it's in the middle of the light, the window, right? So a little bit more yellow orange color. That's good enough. Yeah, look at that, a couple line in the middle, like that. Couple line in the window, couple line in the window, like that. This is good. That's already. I'm gonna have maybe one horizontal line like that. And also seeing a little bit line over here as well, but it's very light. Could be just a very light orange color. That pretty good. Yeah, and get a little bit yellow. Just the yellow color. Have a little bit line from here to this side. The yellow. That's good. Okay, that looks just pretty good. And the top over here too, and on the lighthouse on this side. Okay, I'm gonna put that one coming down the direction as this cylindrical, and coming down. That's good. Another coming down over here, and that's good like that. Okay, even a little bit more orange over here. Have that little bit soft glowing feeling. That's just good. And I'm gonna have a little bit tiny line on the top over here, and here we go. Curve a little bit. Okay, that's good. And a little bit more in over here, and over on the other side. Okay, get that and make it a little bit darker. A little bit suggestions like that. Here we go. Here we go. That's good. And coming down over here. That's good. Make the top over here a little bit thicker. That's just good. All right. That's pretty good. I'm gonna have the little bit tiny line right under. Okay. That's the door over here. Okay, here you go. That's perfect. On this side, a little bit clear. That's perfect. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna top over here, have also a little bit brown color, a little bit tiny. I'm gonna come a little bit more like that and make that a little bit softer coming down. Okay, now we're going to come and see the entire picture. We're going to looking at the outside. Okay, this is good. Now let's paint this side first. I'm going to have the little bit darker over here. And let's see, a little bit more red. Okay, here we go. A little bit more blue, a little bit darker on this side. You see that? A little bit darker from here coming out, and like this, coming down a little bit and then up a little bit. Okay, that's good. Like that, and coming up more like this, coming over. If you want, you can make it even a little bit different shape. Okay, depends on what you want to suggest it. Okay, that's good. That's good. Over here, now for now I'm gonna just also give a little bit more kind of darker orange blue color. Okay, coming over here, make a little bit softer edge. Okay, that's good. And I'm gonna have even a little bit more orange color. Get the red and the yellow. Okay, here we go. Right here, even more. Get that light effect. Okay, more yellow and on to here. That's good. And then get a little bit more brown color. Okay, coming from here like that. Okay, that's good. Now, getting it more interesting. Now, laying that. Now I'm gonna come back over here to do a little bit darker brown, blue color actually. A little bit more blue, darker. Here, I'm gonna paint the ocean. Take a look. Start over here, like that. At the top over here. First, I'm gonna make the horizontal line. That's very important. Okay, coming over here. Take a look. It looks like from here and coming all the way over. Let's see. Is that right? And pretty good. It can be a little bit tiny higher. Okay. That's good. Like that. Cross over to that. There you go. And come in. That's very good. From here up a little bit, and so you can also keep that the edge over here a little bit more like lighter blue color. Yeah, that's just good. Beautiful. Okay, that's good. All right, I'm gonna have a little corner over here. Yes, here we go. Have that coming up and make that a little bit darker. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's a little bit darker. Okay, this is good. And the rest, it will become very simple and easy. So I'm going to take a look at this curve, maybe a little bit too much at the top. So I need to be more consistent and get the red and with the blue color. Okay, here we go. Take a look. And this needs to come down a little bit tiny more. So this come up a little bit more. And the center over here come down a little bit more. Like that. It's a less bended, a little bit less curve. Right, this is good over here. And I'm also gonna have a little bit glowing, but let's just light up a little bit the transition over here. That's good. A little bit lighter. Coming on this side too. That's just good. Get that. That's much better. And on the side over here, I'm gonna have this a little bit tiny higher. Okay, this is good. Alright, now we're going to add the even a little bit more of the blue color, showing that there's coming up like that, a little bit more water that have a little bit more tiny blue coming up from here. Here you go, like that, gradually. Here you go, a little bit softer. Here we go, that's good. Like that, that's good. And gonna have more of those shadow. Here you go. That a little bit shadow. A little bit more shadow. That's good. Showing the snow. Okay, here you go. Okay, here you go, like that. That's good. Some a little bit lighter, some a little bit darker. That make it more realistic. That's just good. Okay, like that, a little bit. Now this is good. Now I'm gonna have a little bit more blue color, and see, there's another shape. Put it clear, like that. That's good. And a little bit shadow right here. I'm going to put a little bit darker color. Okay, when you get a little bit closer, you can see that a little bit more red, because that is the warm color from that from the light from the house, from the window. Okay, here you go. A little bit more brown, like that. There we go, like that. Seeing that coming in over here, a little bit more red, like that. That's pretty good. Now let's get it done. And first I'm going to have laying the brown color and get a little bit more blue in it. That's just good. But a little bit more red and get a little bit yellow. Okay, get a little bit yellow and put it over here. I'm going to have this color. Open up the brush. Now I'm going to have that let go some of the wet. Okay, so that's good enough. Now I'm going to start moving that right here on top of that. Okay, seeing that some of the dry brush. Okay, and moving it like this. Here you go. Have some line coming down. Okay, here you go. Dry brush. Okay, with the wet brush, create an interesting dynamic contrast. Okay, like that, and coming down. Okay, make it dynamic, interesting, simple. Okay, coming all the way toward the house. Yeah, this is good. Okay, and after that, we're gonna have some very soft color. Okay, that's good. Coming even up to the house here, like that. Okay, this is good. Now I'm gonna do a little bit softer, like right down over here. A lot softer. That's connected. Okay, that's good. Just get the water. Get a little bit blue. Here you go, like this. Okay, a little bit more, a little bit gray color, like that. And then coming over here, very much. This is the color. They have that a little bit darker. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go, like that. Over a little bit more red and the blue again. Okay, here we go. There's even darker coming right here. Can still be able to see through some of the light color. Okay, here we go, coming like that. And this seeing the whole shape over here. On top of that, we're gonna have some indication. Okay, and a little bit lighter and darker shape in that. But first, making the whole area appear to be the value and color that you want it to be. Okay, that's good. You can see that soft and wet. Create that. Okay, a little bit, a few line coming over here like that. Coming a little bit line, just a couple line like that. That's pretty good. Okay, here you go. That's good. Okay, I'm gonna have that a little bit tiny, a few line over here. Okay, here you go. That's it. That's good enough. That's pretty good. And now coming to this, I'm gonna have a little bit brown, have a little bit red with the blue for that tree. Okay, here we go. Getting there. This is pretty good. Yeah, a little bit more red. Okay, here you go. And in that case, get a little bit more yellow. That's good. Like this. And I'm gonna have this coming over here. Take a look. You can make a little bit higher, a little bit lower if you want to. Just draw a little bit line like this. And draw the branch. Okay, like that. And here you go. A few lines coming over. Like that. And then we're going to have some dry brush. And that's good. And have this little bit coming over. A little bit more like that. Okay, here you go. Some branches. Okay, here you go. That's good. Like this. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to use a little bit dry brush. Okay, take the color first and then let go some wet in the middle of the brush. Okay, this is pretty dry. Now I'm going to have this, just give a little bit suggestions like that, a little bit softer. That's good. That's good. A little bit more this way. That's good. Alright. A little bit softer at the bottom over here. Now this is a good time. Let's do a little scratching if we can. Now I'm going to have the palette knife. Okay, here we go. I'm going to have this. That's another create a light, little light shape. That's for this kind of purpose, especially very effective. Okay, like that. And this is beautiful. Like that. That's good. Coming up a little bit. So this lesson is all about what are the options that for different places, different purpose, different step of the process, and to create a light space. Okay, from the star, from the from the window, painting around all those. So let me know if you have any questions from this. This is pretty good, like that. And some a little bit too wet will become a little bit darker as well. So at the top over there, and I'm gonna have this scratching. Okay, that's another way to create that light effect. So have a few lines like this. Okay, this is good. A little bit few line. Okay, here we go. And I hope you have fun with this exercise. Now this is good. Get a little light shape. Observe and find out what you want. Okay, that's good. Alright, and then this painting is finished. If you also like oil painting, you can see how I paint this oil painting in another YouTube channel. The link in the description. I will see you in my next video.